What does the historian's office in the Parks Service do?
I actually work in the resource management and interpretation section, and we are the office that is composed of support people who help the parks protect and conserve their natural and cultural resources. So we have myself, I'm the historian. We also have another historian who works down in the Low Country. We've got an archaeologist, and we've got 2 biologists. And we're a small group when you consider how many acres and how many parks we're dealing with, but the park staffs, of course, do most of the heavy lifting as far as resource management is concerned. We try to give them what they need to do their jobs and provide them the technical support.
And what are some of the historic sites around the state?
South Carolina State Parks has a bunch of great historic sites. We have Hampton Plantation, which is an 18th century rice plantation. We've got Charlestown Landing, which is the site of the first English settlement in South Carolina. It's an archaeological site. We have Colonial Dorchester, which is an 18th century town site, which is an amazingly well-preserved archaeological site.
Incredible place.
It's a really beautiful place too. We've got Rivers Bridge Battlefield, which is Civil War battlefield, Musgrove Mill, Revolutionary War battlefield. We have 2 other plantations, Rose Hill Plantation, a upcountry cotton plantation, and home to South Carolina's secession governor, William Henry Gist. And then we have Red Cliff Plantation, which was home to another South Carolina governor and U.S. Senator, James Henry Hammond, who was most famous for "cotton is king" is the phrase that he coined, which he's most famous for. I may be leaving one out, but we also have a lot of historic resources at the recreation parks too. So we have numerous parks built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, and they left wonderful legacy of historic 1930s buildings.
Good heavens! So, as a historian, you have to cover not only mid-18th century facilities like we're going to talk about today, but up through the Civilian Conservation Corps.
Right, we've got a great wide span of history, and that's what makes this job so interesting. We've got Charlestown Landing, which dates to 1670, and then we've got the Civilian Conservation Corps parks from the 1930s. We also have history from the very recent past with the Civil Rights Movement. We have parks like Edisto, which were the focus of the struggle during integration. History just keeps expanding. There's recent history that's happening yesterday. So.
Nothing's more fascinating than that.